What's up guys, this is Simon. In this video we're going to go ahead and unbox and review the Nexigo N930 autofocus webcam. This is a 1080p 30 frame per second webcam. I will compare it to, of course, the C922 Pro and the Logitech 4K Brio webcams. The C922 Pro is very similar price range to this one, but we're going to go ahead and unbox and review this guy. Before I do, please go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. It shows support for our channel, keeps us motivated to make these videos, and check out techvisibility.com. Let's see how this Nexigo N930AF for autofocus does in comparison to the Logitech C922 Pro, the Logitech 4K Brio, in both good light and bad light settings or low light settings, and I'll give you my honest opinion on this camera or webcam. Okay, so the Nexigo N930AF box. This is pretty much it. 1080p full HD plug and play autofocus, a mic. I think it might have two mics, but I'll check. On this side, it's a 180-degree webcam clip, so you could turn it all the way around. Plug and play free driver, which I love. All the cameras or webcams I've been using have had plug and play. Tripod ready, 360-degree rotation, 1080p. HD at 30 frames per second, which is really nice. High quality glass lens, they say, autofocus, a C sensor, and pretty much it. So let's take a look. Comes in this little box. Shrink wrap's going to be removed here like that. Best part of any unboxing video. And we'll get this shrink wrap off. The packaging opens like this. Love it. Open it up. So protect your privacy. They include webcam covers. That's really neat, guys. So very interesting how you put it on. It's a slide out. Okay. Then it says thank you from Nexigo. Big old manual for something that's so easy or so plug and play. I mean, this thing, this is lots of pages. I mean, 14 pages in multiple languages, I should say. So pretty cool. I'm not even going to go into that. Okay, I'm in love with the length of this USB cord, okay? It's thicker, so probably can transfer much more data. There is a little bit of tape on here, which we got to remove. Feels good in the hand. It's actually smaller or narrower than I thought it would be. Now, there is a little tab here. You see that? I'm peeling it. Looks like there's only one mic input. So I usually like cameras with two microphone inputs, but this one has one. Now it does have a full rotation. I like the way they designed it. You could rotate it and there's no issue. Look how long this cord is. This is incredible. Some of these manufacturers actually always have such a short cord that you could barely connect your webcam. I feel like if they spent a little bit more money on the cord, you could reach where you're going, and this has plenty of that. So slip pads here that are rubber. There is a little tape on top to protect the piano gloss finish. Then a quality check control sticker here. I believe these are made in China. Again, only one mic input is the big downside. Now this says it has privacy included, but I'm not a big fan of the privacy shutter they provided. So this privacy shutter is basically supposed to go like this, and you're supposed to be able to, oh man, this is cheap junk. I wouldn't put this on and then have this type of privacy shutter that's like this. Sorry, I'm not even gonna do it. I don't like the privacy shutter. I'm gonna rule a big no on this Nexigo privacy shutter, which works like this. So open in and out. This one broke and it just feels flimsy. I mean, look how flimsy this is. It reminds me of like these cell phone SIM card holders. It's not good. I don't like it. That's a pass. No privacy shutter on this, even though they say they include it. You probably have to buy another one. That's another $7. I wouldn't do it. So let's plug this Nexigo camera here and see how it compares to the Logitech's. I love that it has such a long cord. That's a plus, but the shutter is a killer for me, okay? I'm gonna say no to that. So right now, we're gonna be recording on the Nexigo N930AF. We're actually recording the sound of the Nexigo N930AF. I have it positioned here and adjusted. I love that they include the long cord. And I am recording on this camera. You can see how well it does in a great light setting. There's a lot of ambient light around me. Let's turn off that light so you can see how it does in a low light setting. Now the camera itself does a great job. In fact, I'm going to take a picture of the camera indicating that it's recording. And it has this very nice blue indicator on there that shows that, hey, you're recording. Again, this is the A6400 by Sony. You got the Nexigo N930AF autofocus. This is the smoothness of the movements. Overall, the camera does a great job in low light setting, as you could see that here in the recording. Now let's compare that to the C922, which is about the same price point, give or take, in comparison to the N930AF, the C922, also a 1080p camera. Turn on the lights here. I'm going to stop the recording of the Nexigo N930AF. That was pretty much how well it did. We're actually playing the audio from the N930AF so you can see how it sounds as well. It only has one mic, okay? And now we're gonna go ahead and switch to the 922. We're recording right now on the C922 and with lots of light. We just did the Nexigo N930 autofocus AF camera. It actually looked pretty good from the brief that I saw in that recording. However, here is the C922 Pro, one of the best cameras out with 2 microphones. So hopefully you can hear the sound difference that this camera is producing versus the Nexigo N930AF and make an informed buying decision. The price for these 2 cameras very similar, or webcams I should say, so you could actually get one with 2 mics versus 1 and see if that matters to you. Now the N930AF swivels around so you could turn it around, etc. But for me and for a casual user or even someone that does a lot of meetings, typically the cameras sit on top of the monitor. So this is how the C922 looks in a low light setting. Again, it's recording from the C922 mic, and the low light setting you could compare to the Logitech 4K Brio as well as the Nexigo N930AF. So this is pretty much the quality of the low light and the microphones working from the C922. So there you have it. That's the C922 Pro. Let's jump to the 4K Brio to see if we could spot a difference in the video quality and the sound quality from here on. This is the Logitech 4K Brio. This is the audio being recorded on the 4K Brio. This thing also has 2 microphones and it's supposedly one of the best webcams out. I adjusted the gain a little bit, so if it's over gained, you'll see by distortion. However, it's in line with the other 2 cameras. Now, this Logitech 4K Brio is a 4K camera. You got 1080p at 60 frames per second and 4K at 30 frames per second, so we should be smoother. We should also probably get better audio than the C922 and the Nexigo N930AF. Now here is the low light setting in comparison to the Nexigo N930AF, and you could tell the difference of the low light setting as well, okay? So there you have it, folks. That was the Logitech 4K Brio, the mic of it, and the light setting, as well as pretty much a comparison recording. So there you have it, folks. That was the Nexigo N930AF webcam. I compared it to the C922 from Logitech in both low light and natural light, as well as the 4K Brio in low light and natural light or even bright light. And we compared each microphone. You guys make the decision which is a great camera. I think the C922 takes the edge with the dual microphones, but you be the judge. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and like this video. The Nexigo is not a bad cam, however, it's not my favorite for the price. Also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Check out techvisibility.com for the latest news and product reviews. I'll catch you guys here in the next video. Swivel out. Woohoo!